Hello and welcome to What I Learned Today. My name is Sandra Elia and I'm a recovering food addict who's lost over 100 pounds 13 years ago. And I want to share with you what I've learned on my journey and what I learn each and every day working with recovering food addicts. So, food addiction, is that a thing? I can't tell you how many times people have asked me that, and it infuriates me to no end. Or I'll be in a situation where I've decided to trust somebody and let them know that I'm a food addict, and I'll get, ha ha ha, that's pretty funny, I'm a food addict too. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because food addiction nearly killed me. And I was in my 20s and classified as morbidly obese. So no, I don't think you're a food addict too, and I really don't think it's funny. See, what we're dealing with is our friends, our loved ones, our family, our doctors, our healthcare providers are looking at food addiction through the lens of their own experience. We all love to eat. We all love to overindulge, but it's different for a food addict. So I would have a conversation with my doctor about my eating habits, and it would go something like this. You know what? We all like cookies, but we all learn to have two and put it away. And I would think, well, that's just not possible for me. Or, hey, you know what? Who wouldn't love to lie on the couch, watch Netflix, and eat pizza all day? And I would think, actually, I know that I do that, but I don't want to do that, and I don't know how to stop. So how do we bust through this barrier and help people understand that food addiction is real and millions of people are suffering? Well, I like to refer to the DSM. So the DSM is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. So doctors are very well versed with this, and psychiatrists and psychologists and healthcare providers. It's the gold standard. Well, they have a 7-point category or testing for substance abuse. So this is legitimate test to see if somebody has a substance abuse. And I'm going to ask you the 7 questions. So I want you to think in mind of food, and in particular your foods that act like drugs, ones that you start eating and you absolutely can't stop. So think of those foods in particular, and let's go through the test. Keep track of your yeses and keep track of your no's. So number 1, first criteria, tolerance. This person or the person needs increased amounts of the substance over time to achieve the same desired effect or feeling. So what that could look like is I used to have, a row of the cookies and then put the box away. And then, now it's 2 rows of the cookies. And now once I open that package, I got to eat the whole package, and that's the only way that I can stop eating those cookies. So it's an increased tolerance to get the same feeling. Question number 2, withdrawal. When the substance is stopped, the person experiences psychological or physiological withdrawal symptoms, or the individual takes the substance again to relieve or avoid such symptoms. So think about trying to come off sugar cold turkey. What happens? You'll often have fatigue, headache, irritability. One of the worst withdrawals I see is with pop. So if you're a heavy pop drinker and you take it away quickly and suddenly, you're going to have massive headaches and massive physical withdrawal. And sometimes our brain will trick us and say, you know what, just have a little so you can take this edge off. Just have a little bit of sugar so this headache will go away and you can function and just get that little bit of energy. So that's withdrawal. Number 3, answering yes or no again, unintentional overuse. The person often takes more of the substance than intended, or takes it for a longer period of time than intended. Let's talk about buffets, right? You go to a buffet and you're like, I'm just gonna get 2 plates, one with salad, one with food, and then I stop. And all of a sudden you're going up for 3 plates, 4 plates, 5 plates. Or you have dinner and you swear to yourself like you're just gonna have dinner and you're not gonna eat anything else, but you go up for seconds and you go up for thirds. Well, that's unintentional overuse. Number 4, persistent attempts at cutting down on the substance are unsuccessful. That's yo-yo dieting. Consistent and persistent attempts at losing weight for years, maybe decades. Number 5, preoccupation with the substance. A great deal of time is spent on obtaining the substance, using the substance, recovering from its effects. So my brain chatter was always, where am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? How much am I going to eat? Did I eat too much? Did I eat too little? If I ate too little, can I have some more? If I ate too much, how will I work it off? Oh my God, I ate way too much. Now I can't go out like I had planned. So it's just this preoccupation, this mind chatter that most food addicts can identify with. Number 6, important social, occupational, or recreational activities are abandoned or reduced in order to use the substance. So that might look like, there's a pool party and everybody's going to the pool party and you're like, I don't think so. I'm not going to go to that. I'm not going to, put myself in a bathing suit. Maybe I ate too much and I'm way too bloated. Or the girls are all going out, but I'd rather go home on a Friday night, shut the blinds, turn off my phone, and just eat. Number 7, use of the substance continues despite the knowledge of having persistent or reoccurring physical or psychological problems that are likely exacerbated by the substance. So this is, you have consequences from your eating that you do not want, but you cannot stop. And for me, that is really the hallmark of food addiction. I had consequences that I didn't want. My lower back, my knees, the ache, the depression, the pain, the stretch marks, the rubbing red raw thighs, all of it. I didn't want any of it, but I couldn't stop using food. Even though I knew there was a direct link to the way I was eating and the way that my body was aching, I could not stop. And I saw that with my mother, whose body was ravished by diabetes and took her life, but she couldn't stop. So if you have answered yes to 3 or more of these criteria, any healthcare provider would send you on for a referral for substance abuse. So we just need people to understand we have a responsibility to educate people and let them know that ultra-processed foods, chemically engineered foods, are made to be highly addictive, and they're rewiring the brains of food addicts. Just like there are certain people that are susceptible to alcoholism and can never just safely have a glass of wine, so is true for the food addict, because our food supply has changed. So if you've liked this video, if it's been helpful, please share it on social media. Get the word out there. If you know this and believe this, help somebody who's just a few steps behind you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there will be a raffle, and I'm giving away 2 tickets to my upcoming workshop on May 12th in Toronto called The Biology of Food Addiction and Practical Steps to Recovery. It's a $75 ticket, so it's a $150 prize. And head on over to my website at sandraelia.com. So that's sandraelia.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I'll be giving away 2 tickets to those people as well. And remember that love heals all things, and I'm sending you love. Bye for now.